Welcome traders, welcome to the live session from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach who will be doing a live trading session and live analysis. Thanks for joining this live session. We are almost there and let's quickly look at one by one. After yesterday's huge success, today there is a big news coming up. As you know, that CPI coming, and would like to see that how the market is doing. If you look at the overall picture in the market, we can see that there is a big news coming on CPI. And also if we look at other pictures, other instrument, also there is a probability for a big move. I missed our previous live session. Probably you guys also were present, but unfortunately I missed that. No problem. This session is very important because there is a high impact news coming up and expecting for the market to give us a good move. Here is, we can see there is a long wick candle is being formed, and I just don't want to jump as soon as we have started the session because there is still a support here. This is the gold chart and I'm looking at the daily support. If we look at the daily support on gold, we can see that from this daily support, we can expect for this market to bounce back to the upside to create a new higher high. So looking at the 1 hour chart, what we can see that this is an impulse followed by a correction. We can expect another impulse on gold. And 15 minutes, we can see there is a bullish rejection from this level on the 15-minute chart. We will look for best trade possible in the market. Let's figure out which way the market is heading. So this is the support zone here on gold, and with this support, if we look at what we can see that from this support level, there is a support also here, back to back two important support level. The market has grabbed a good amount of liquidity here after this move, expecting with the CPI to return back to the major direction of the trend. Now at the same time, we need to look at that how the market is evolving in that area. So if we look at also the lower time frame and higher time frame together, we will find the best trade. And in the meantime, traders, I would appreciate your support if you give a thumbs up here and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Thank you very much. Rahul, good morning coach, good day, thank you very much. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon coach. GBPUSD, what's your analysis? I'm still holding long trade you gave us early last week. Thank you, welcome. Yes, thank you. You're still holding. That's a great holding. That's a big one that you are holding. That's good. You know, holding is the key when you wanna want a trade to go for the bigger move. You need to look at for the price to hold for bigger profit target. That's the key. So what we can see in this area on gold, this is after breaking this high, the market is trying to break below this level. What we can expect, this is the 15-minute chart also, and with this 15-minute chart, this is a support level. There is a high liquidity, and also there is another liquidity candle formation potentially. So what I think that gold with the CPI coming up, we might see a bit of a rejection here. So this is what I'm waiting on. Looking at the calendar, are you guys ready for a big one? So looking at the calendar, what you can see, 10:30 p.m. core CPI, core retail sales, CPI, quite a few high impact Empire State Manufacturing Index, and also the retail sales. So big news coming in the upcoming session. So just in 23 minutes, you'll get a very good move in the market. So what we can see, if you look at here, this is the previous resistance line, turning support, and at the same time, guys, what we can see, there is a liquidity zone here as the price moves from liquidity to liquidity. So this is a huge liquidity zone, and from this liquidity zone, what we can see, this is the previous resistance turning support, and we might see a rejection from this level, or we might see further penetration, and then the price might go for a bigger move in that area. So we would like to see how the price will impact in that area with this long wick doji here, waiting for the price to bounce and then to go back up to this resistance line. Let's see one by one how the market might be doing, and in the meantime, let me know when you are here so that I can do the full in-depth analysis. Hi coach, it's good to have back. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Dollar CAD, what's your analysis? Thank you. Good evening, sir. Welcome. Good afternoon, coach. William from South Africa. Thank you. Good afternoon. Is the NZD, what's your analysis? Welcome. What's your view on data? They will positive or negative? That's a good question. Do you guys have any idea what is going to be with the data? Let me start a poll. So let me ask the community what is the possible outcome of CPI. Okay, so let us know, guys, what's gonna happen with the CPI. So let's think in terms of gold. Gold will bounce. Number 2. Gold will drop. So good morning. Thank you very much. So I have posted a poll. Let us know, guys, which way might be heading gold. Here is we can see there is a doji. I think that this is the 5-minute chart as this formed this doji. Before the news, we might see another potential rejection to the downside, and I've drawn the both of this support here. So both of the support is drawn here. And this is the daily support. What I'm expecting with the CPI, we might see even a spike down and then trend continuation, because if you look at the daily chart, what we can see that from the daily, this is the daily support, and from the daily chart for the price to bounce back towards the upside. Therefore, we will wait for a trend continuation here, expecting it to break below, and then from this level, this is the previous resistance turning support here, to bounce back up, to return back to the upside to create a new higher high. And from the 15 minutes, we can see that there is a massive liquidity candle formation. Thank you. Positive. Yep. We see that there is a positive news on expecting positive, and let's see that in fact how the data came out, and then we will be able to find the best rate. So for gold, I'm expecting, let's draw the potential level here. So this is the daily support that I'm expecting for gold to come and then to retest. So this is the daily support here, and from this daily support, what we can expect for the price to bounce back to the upside. And with that bounce, if we see that the market has dropped back to the daily support. We will be looking for potential entry, and you can see that there is a couple of dodges here on the 15 minutes. If the market coming back down below with the upcoming news, which we might see, if we see that, I don't want to predict beforehand because anything can happen with the data release. As the long-term trend is up, it may continue to go up or it may drop back below the support depending on where it is heading to. All right, so let's look at that. And in the meantime, have you smashed the like button, guys? Thanks for joining the live session. Duka, hi coach, is it possible to go down to 2348 during the news? Well, I don't know possible because anything possible in trading. All right, so the best way is to wait for the price action confirmation, because as a trader the most important part for us is to look at the price action and then predict based on that price action confirmation. All right, so it's the key. This is the support. And it's coming almost nearly below the support, expecting it to drop back down before the CPI. The way the trend is heading, we could say more potentially like that. So we see that with the pull, would you mind casting a vote here for CPI? So gold will drop, I will bounce 57%, drop 44%. So majority still believe that gold is going to be bullish. We'll see where it is heading. And while we are looking at gold, let's look at also the GBPJPY. If we look at the GJ, where you can see that on GBPJPY, this is GBPJPY, and if we look at the overall picture, let's start with the daily chart on GJ, and also we'll be looking at the dollar yen and euro dollar. So let's see on, first of all, on GBPJPY, how the market might be doing. So looking at GJ here on GBPJPY, if we look at the monthly chart for GBPJPY, now there is a very important point that we need to look at here, guys. On GJ, if we look at the highest time frame on the monthly, what we can see that GBPJPY from the monthly perspective, this is the monthly resistance, and we have seen the candle just has reached that monthly resistance with leaving a very long wick at the bottom. Now this long wick at the bottom is potentially, we can expect GJ to come down and fill that long wick. Now if we look at the weekly chart, where we can see that there is a gap opening, so far bullish, so a bit of mixed price action, but at the same time we see that there is a rejection from the monthly resistance as expected. So we might see that the price either could drop back to the weekly support or retest the monthly resistance. That you will be able to know on the lower time frame. Now looking at the daily chart, where we can see that this is the daily chart, and with this daily impulse followed by this correction, and there is a gap opening here with this correction, what we can see that from this correction for the price to drop, gap opening, and then what we could see now either drop to the gap or coming back to the resistance line. So that's what we will be knowing on the lower time frame to see. Now looking at the 4-hour chart, what we can see is that this is a doji on the 4-hour and still not closed, but as you can see, 3 dojis formation here and then breakdown, retested. There is a probability, I'm not saying that it's gonna happen 100% of the time, we always need to look at the probability as a trader. So probability is the key to understand how the market will move. Now, this is a very important, guys. Many traders, don't think about it, about the probability. So when you understand the probability, you actually understand a lot of factors in trading. So from the probabilistic perspective, we will be discussing more in depth on that. And as you can see that this is a head and shoulder here. Okay. So with this head and shoulder formation on GJ, there is a strong breakdown. Again, break of a structure, and you see the market started to drop in that direction. And on GJ, what we can see, there is a drop here, structure formation in this area, and we could see that potentially further down, if we see enough liquidity grab, then we will be looking for that entry. Okay, so you see there is a long red candle with a long wick at the top and bottom. So it has both wicks equal side on GJ. Therefore, this structure is quite important, because if we see that on the 5 minutes, again there is another liquidity gap, possibility to drop also possible, or trend continuation also possible. We would like to see that the market has given us that potential entry opportunity in that area. Thank you for joining the live session. I would appreciate your support. Hi USD code, what's your analysis? Thank you. We'll be looking at the Doka. No one can predict. Thank you. Good morning, boss. Good morning. So looking at again on gold, what we can see that in the last moment there is a doji formation here. What we can see after this doji formation, this is the 5-minute chart, and yeah, it's now pushing down in that direction. So if it drops back down below, there is a liquidity here. So we have only 10 minutes to go. Now this couple of dojis here formation, what we could see, there is still a fair value gap here, and I think that a spike might fill the gap and then could bounce in that direction depending on how the market is doing. Okay, so this is structure, what we can see is forming on gold, which is still bearish and waiting for the price to break, retest, and then to bounce back up in that direction depending on how the market is doing. So we'll be waiting for the next 5 minutes candle, and in the meantime, are you guys ready for another big move? Euro dollar will go down on CPI. Thank you very much. Coach G, you please, yeah, pardon me, absolutely we'll be looking at that. USD, yeah, thank you very much. Welcome. Okay, so here is what we can see from that level. This is a long bearish candle. Waiting for the price to a bit of to become overextended in one direction. Okay guys, so news couple of minutes, and are you ready for this big move? Ready for the big move? Let's see the calendar, and what we can see in this calendar. We can see core CPI, core retail sales, CPI, quite a few high impact. So that might make gold a bit of volatile, and soon as we will find our entry, we will be jumping on the trade. Alright guys, ready for big move. I'm also preparing if there is any entry comes in, so that we can get in board as soon as we have. So you can see potentially a bit of rejection here, and once you'll see the market is okay, there is a bit of bounce, but I don't want to be too early to be very optimistic or pessimistic, because if you look at, guys, here is this is a long term market, and because it's a big news, we might see a big move. So a bit of being cautious is always good idea, just to see a clear movement. So you can see there is a rejection here on the 5 minutes. Okay, big bounce, big drop on gold. on the 5 minutes, and it's just getting what I think that it's getting massive amount of liquidity. So you can see rejection from this level, and we'll be waiting to see how the market might be doing. There is a huge bounce. Okay, so you can see that there is a sudden bounce with the news, and that might be a bit of, we can see that after grabbing liquidity just got a rejection to the upside. So from the 4 hour we can see there is a big move, big rejection to the upside. So this big bounce might lead that price. So if it is coming for a pullback to this level, we can look for entry. So we could see now a deeper pullback. We will be waiting for that. The 1 minute chart, we can see that there is a bit of strong bounce here. We'll wait for the price to see how it is bouncing from this level. Are you guys with me? It is coming for a pullback, deeper pullback. We can look for any kind of entry. I think we might see now again retest of this support. Guys can see that. Hope that. Yep. And here what we can see, the market, this is the 1 minute chart, and with this 1 minute chart, highly likely that we could see now a retest of this support. That's expecting it to come down and to test this support. So from the so if it is dropping down below, this is the 5 minutes candle. If it drops down below this support, we might be able to find entry opportunity in this market. So the 1 minute candle forming potential liquidity candle in that area. So this is an order block. If we see that the market has tested this properly, this is a 1 minute chart, we can look for potential entry. We'll be waiting to see how the price is doing in that area. Okay, so here is the market is trying to break below. So this is now current support on the 5 minutes, and this is the 1 minute price action also trying to form bullish price action in that area. Still not very strongly bullish. I think we might see another retest to come back to this order block. Once we will see the price on the order block, then we can look for any kind of entry. Thank you. Hello everyone. Thanks for joining the live session. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Let the market drop. Back in business. So here is what we can see from the, if you look at the 1 minute chart, you can see there is a rejection here. And what I think that the market might consolidate here a bit of 1 minute chart. We might see another drop and then finally bouncing back up. That's what I'm expecting. So looking at the 5 minutes here, so basically the market is trying to lower time frame consolidation here. So this is the 5 minute chart. Also the 1 minute. Okay, just moving back up to feel that. If you look at the 5 minutes, there is a gap here. 30 minutes also bullish. Waiting for entry. Let's look at what's happened with the GBPJPY. Now we have seen the GBPJPY has gained a very strong momentum here. So this is the 1 hour chart on GJ. Gain huge momentum here with a huge long wick candle, and still there is a probability for further liquidity grab. If we look at the 4 hour, we can see a long doji here, and so let's keep eye on the 5 minutes to see how the market is moving, and based on that we can look for entry. So bouncing back to the upside. We look at the GJ also getting a bounce here. Still there is a probability for further retest in that area. So I want to keep eye on gold at the moment, which might be trending. Look at the euro dollar, also did the same thing. So euro dollar, if you look at this is a huge bullish price action on euro dollar with the news, big bull. So euro dollar, how many there is a big liquidity candle formation here. So if we look at the daily chart on euro dollar, the market is heading towards the upside here, and okay, now for gold, okay, so this is an order block on gold on the 1 minute. If we drop back down to retest, we might be able to find again another entry. Move a bit faster on the screen, but I believe that you guys will be able to see that properly. Thank you. Welcome to the live session. Good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon. I just go back. Thank you very much. Hi, Dollar Cat. What's your analysis? Thank you. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome back. Thanks for joining the live session. 170 pip move. That's a big move. If you have an 170 pip, that's definitely have a big move. And I would like to see how the gold is trying to form that candlestick pattern. I think we might see now a support test again. So this is a 2366 level, or in that zone is a very high important zone for gold now at the moment. If we see the market is breaking any of this important support, we can look for potential entry. I think we might see a bit of consolidation here, and then we'll see how the market might be doing. Cam, thank you. Oh yeah, Cam, yep, it was off. Should be on now. Thank you for letting me know. And in the meantime, if you are enjoying the live session, I would appreciate your support by giving a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So I would like to see the market from the 5 minutes, if we look at, to break below 2366, which is possible, and then to give us entry. Now the market is breaking below pretty sure that it's getting rejection again. Yes sir, hedging is success, which I told you about in live. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, absolutely, very good. Yeah, hedging sometimes works very well. We are also preparing tool for that. Well, you guys know that, for hedging. And yeah, first of all, let's see. So what you can see in this area, that there is a bounce, and I still think that the market need more liquidity to break the high. Okay, we can see a bit of rejection in that direction. Thanks for joining the live session, and in the meantime, traders, give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press that bell notification so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Because look at GBPUSD also. What's your view on gold? Yeah, we will be looking at that as well. So thanks for that mentioning. Yeah, gold, we can see that it's still in a zone where we still can't see clear direction. Once we find that, we will be looking for that entry, expecting it to break again, and then this is this candle's low. So if you look at the 1 minute chart here, this is the candle's low, and this is an order block in this lower time frame. So okay, now after this doji is dropping back below this support. Yeah, Yojo, thanks for mentioning that. Yes, we are planning to increase more. Already we do. We are planning to increase more classes on the VIP channel. So if you guys are interested to join the academy with in the academy to learn and grow with us, also you can find link below this video in the description. I do conduct a lot of VIP classes on the academy where you can learn and grow as a trader with me. So if you look at on gold here, what we can see support. So when you are in the academy, you also can get access to all the tools, strategies, and all the courses, including the live trades and live trading session. So don't hesitate to check out the link below this video in the description. Once you are on the website, you can click join now button, then you can join to learn and grow as a trader. So what we can see here is a bit of consolidation on the 5 minutes, waiting for deeper pullback and retest. So yeah, we can see that potential break in that area currently, and this is an order block here on the 1 minute. We'll see how far it is coming, and based on that we can look for the entry opportunity. And in the meantime, traders, if you haven't smashed the like button yet, do so, definitely helps. And GBPUSD analysis, yeah, we'll be looking at that GBPUSD as well. Thanks for mentioning that. We can see the GJ, after breaking that high again, started to break below. This is potentially showing downside. We can see the 4-hour candle closing. So GBPJPY, we can see that there is a bearish price action here in that area, and we will look to see and gold, where you can see coming back to the support. There is 1 minute chart liquidity candle formation. So downside here. Okay, so 50 minutes candle closed. The way the price is heading, we might see a retest of this order block here now. So from this level, a big drop in that direction. Sayabang, thank you very much. Coach, you are the best. Soon we'll be joining your paid platform. Pele, welcome. Anyone? Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, absolutely. Once you are here, you can get all the tools that I'm using, including all the strategies that I'm using. So don't hesitate to jump out to the website to find everything. Okay, so here is what we can see in this 1 minute chart. The price has broken below, but still there is a probability for further downside as the market is gathering liquidity from the top. Once we see it's prepared for a bounce, we can look for that the price to go long. I think it's gonna, at this point we might see that the price is breaking below this support here, and then we will be looking for that entry. So it's on the order block at the moment. All right, so you can see rejection. we can see a bit of bullish price action in that area, but it's still not fully impressed. This is the 15 minutes. Still haven't tested the order block here, so a bit of risky setup will be if we go long here. So 4-hour candle closed. I think we might see deeper drop before it breaks to the upside. Depending on how the market is going, we can look for entry. Okay, so there is a doji on the 1 minute. We're looking for a buy. You're looking for definitely it's a bull market. I'm not gonna sell at the moment, but once we find that entry, yeah, we'll be looking to see still potentially bullish, but lower time frame anything can happen depending on what kind of price action it is forming. We can look for that entry, but at the moment, if you look at here, you can see this is the 1 minute chart. The market again, we might see a bit of consolidation here. You can see, so we need to wait for significant area of value to be broken, and then we can look for the entry opportunity. Okay, so there is a doji 5 minutes. Now this doji is a two-way situation. We saw liquidity from the top, and also it might be a weak fill, so we don't want to take the contradictory information, so we'll be waiting for further momentum. And thanks for joining the live session. I appreciate your support. If you see that around 150 views, so if you smash it to 100 likes, it will be much appreciated. Okay, here we can see that consolidation pattern, and with this consolidation, waiting for good movement. Guys, patience is the key. Are you guys getting impatient? Let me know how many of you are struggling from patience. I this happened to me also. I struggled a lot with the patience when I begin my trading, especially when you have a losing trade. Early today I had a trade. That how to join your academy, Justin? Welcome. Yes, Justin, you can just you can find link below this video in the description. So if you go to the description of this video, then you can find link below this video. So click join now button. So once you join, currently only active subscription option available is the lifetime access. So if you want to join the lifetime access right now, below this video in the description, visit the website and then click join now button. So once you click join now button, choose the lifetime access to access everything, including the trading tool strategies, also the liquidity candle. If you look at here, what do you see? That there is a couple of liquidity candle formation. This is one of my best tool that I use, especially it has some rules built in it with the I have already posted some updates on the academy about the liquidity candle. So this all of them are not successful liquidity candle. We have specific rules that explain to the members. So if you want to access the liquidity candle, then you have to be a lifetime member. Now, one of my best tool, especially when you see the market is trending with a strong liquidity grab, you can find that liquidity candle, and that will be helpful to you. So to access that, don't miss out to join today right now using the website link below. So visit the website and then click join now button. Then you will be able to join, access everything. Any question, don't hesitate to ask. The live agent Isa is there. She'll be able to answer any question that you have. So once you join, check your email for all the links and all the details that you can find. Okay, so here is what we can see with this dodgy formation. Okay, so there is a 5 minutes potential liquidity candle formation, still not very strong. We see a bit of penetration here, but it's still probability for further liquidity grab. So downside also possible. So we are not still opening any position based on that. Okay, now from after two dodges, you can see it's now breaking below. So you might see now potential support test, and once we see a break of the structure, we can look for that entry. And in the meantime, traders, I appreciate your support by giving a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the bell notification so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Okay, so you can see after the doji, the bearish pressure coming locally. See, the market is not trending, so we haven't entered yet. As I mentioned, patience is the virtue that every trader has. There is a difference between a profitable trader and the trader who is not making money. Is only the difference of only the difference of being patient. Okay, guys, so make sure that you stay patient, stay grounded when you need to wait. One Jesse Livermore said that some trader want to take away every. It's not a day trading doesn't mean that every day you'll take away home. Someday you might give away a little bit, but that's completely fine. But the most important part here is to remain in discipline. Okay, so there is a saying this. So everyone is happy when wins, right? But sometime when there is a losing, you have to be fully disciplined and in control of your emotion when you are trading. So that's the key. So here is what we can see, breaking below the order block in this zone. There is a fair value gap here, and in this zone where there is a fair value gap, okay, so FVG, so fair value gap, and from that fair value gap we will be waiting for potential entry. Let's see. So it's just tested the support. I would be, I wouldn't be still going long, though it's in the support, because it's still leaving a fair value gap here. So I would love to see that it has broken that support. Let's see. This is the 1 minute chart. The market is very volatile, so we are on the 1 minute chart, and okay, waiting for the price to break below. Now if it breaks below and then grab liquidity, fill that imbalance, then you could see that potential bounce. So what we can see, for the price to come back below, there is a you can see in the 1 minute chart, there is a fair value gap. Okay, so it's now as expected broken that support. Now this level, so let's look at the 4 hour now at the moment. So as I mentioned before, if we see that the market is breaking this support, previous candles low, or at least coming to that support, is where we can look for. I have quite a bit of longer, too many lines here, so let's see, making it couple of few lines so that we know exactly. And now here, so I wouldn't be worried to go long, waiting to see. So there is primary retest here. Let's see that, yeah, still probability for, because it grabbed liquidity. You see that this is a liquidity candle, there is another dodgy big red candle, still probability for further downside to this support. So after breaking this high, still not a very interesting price action for me. You guys see anything? Okay, guys, so here is a bit of choppy. I'm still not impressed to open any position. Let's also look at other instrument. We'll be looking at a little bit in GBPJPY to see where it has gone. It's also a bit of choppy in that area on GBPJPY. So looking at the 1 hour chart here, what we can see, there is a long week candle, there's a doji, and from the 30 minutes we can see there is a long week doji. 15 minutes there is another candle here, so there is a bit of consolidation pattern in that area on GJ. Now with this consolidation pattern, what we could see that with this rejection for GBPJPY for the price to move up, I'm still not again impressed for big move because it's still in a consolidation. Once we see the market prepare for a bounce, we can look for any kind of entry. It is a bit of interesting structure, you can say a bit of expanding structure, so the market is expanding in both ways. So now if we look at the gold here, what we can see, okay, so here is again another liquidity candle formation. Okay, so it's now almost to the support, coming to the liquidity zone after this liquidity candle formation. Yeah, we might see either test of this low or almost nearing to that and then bounce possible. So you see this doji, this is where you will be looking to see how the market is reacting to that, this doji. This is the 5 minutes candle on gold, and we'll be looking for, there is 35 pip around, so like to see a strong rejection here before we prepare any trade here. And okay, so started to move in that direction again. 1 minute chart, which is trying to come back to this. So there is a fair value gap and the market just coming back to that fair value gap. So we see that okay, there is a rejection here, and I would like to, so you're potentially bounce in that area. So I would like to open a buy here based on this price action. Stop loss below this low, and TP target here we will be targeting, if we look at the 15-minute chart, expecting it to go back to the resistance. So below this level, stop loss, and yeah, we will be trading with 1% risk here, expecting it to bounce back up. Let's see the 1-minute chart. So have open long. Let's see, would like to find a rejection to the upside, expecting. So we see that the market started to bounce, and I'm prepared to close if needed. So I'm long on gold in that area, expecting it to go up and to reject. So with 1% risk, so let's see how far it is going up. This is the 1-minute chart that I'm looking at, and if the way it has bounced, expecting it to go ahead and fill that wick. So from the 5 minutes as well, there is a bit of bounce from the 1 minute. Okay, so I'm bullish on gold. My TP target at 2374.81. We might, if we needed to, we might close earlier or resolve earlier. So here is 5 minutes doji. Let me show you that. This is the 1-minute chart. Okay, so I'll be also explaining the strategy behind. First, let's see if we are successfully can close that trade to the upside. So guys, here key point is the keep in mind, traders, the most important part here is risk management and discipline. So if you are not managing the risk, not in discipline, that could be very difficult for you to be profitable over the long term. Okay, so you see that there is a bit of doji formation waiting for this candle to close as a bullish doji, and we see the market is heading at the moment. So what I can see, the bullish price action here, and yeah, so we'll be holding it for upside. We'll be holding it for upside, expecting it to bounce back up, and we'll be looking to see the market to move back up to 2374.81, which will give us a significant potential profit. This is third consecutive live trade. Yesterday also you had a live trade, expecting now this one to hit the TP target. Are you guys with me? We have seen that 1-minute gap opening, so there is a probability for that bounce. Still I'm running, I'm up $100 profit at the moment in my live account. So let's keep it up. Justin, hope that you got the information how to join. If you haven't got the information yet, you can ask the live agent. Isa is there. Now here is the most important part, to see it managed to bounce up to create a new higher high. And in the meantime, let's see the price action here. This is the 1-minute and the 5 minutes. Okay, so we need to see that the market managed to bounce back up. There are quite a few long week candles here. Might a bit of a struggle, might do a little bit of struggle to go up, but we want to see that how it is going up to this liquidity zone. But if the bulls want to grab more liquidity, that's not a good idea. It's almost again at entry. Okay, here is ready to close if needed. I want to see that the market is basically creating that rejection. So 1 minute again. Wanted to see this 1 minute candle. Bullish continuation needed to see. Yeah, we see that market is heading. Expecting it to trend in the direction, which is very important. If it is not trending, then we might need to do something here. Come on, I don't want to see downside price action. This might be forming another liquidity candle. So that's a bit of concern here, because this 5 minutes candle, if it is also a liquidity candle, then the market might try to break further. It's not something very expected. Okay, so not very expected, but we see that if we see the continuation to the upside, it will be holding it. Otherwise, we will be managing the trade at entry or with the running profit. Okay, expecting it to move back up. Not getting enough fuel, or a potential head and shoulder. Okay, so see has gone back up to our getting rejection on the top. That's not something very expected. So the trade might not work out this one. See 1 minute, but it's still holding it. 1 minute liquidity candle. It might fill the gap, but I'm still holding it. Okay, so this 1 minute candle is very important. If it is closing bullish, yeah, it might move up. But now, even if it goes to the little bit of TP or to the entry, we might be able to close it. Oh shit, this trade has opened. This is an old trade. Okay, so we see that there is what did I do? So there is a sell trade open from my previous I've closed a buy trade. There's a bit of error here. So there was a sell trade was running from my previous strategy. It's just been opened, and my buy trade has closed, running a sell trade now. It's very by mistake I have closed my buy trade while I was closing a sell trade, but running a sell trade which is bringing the profit. Something very weird happened. So I'm running a sell trade, guys, instead of buy. So I had an old strategy that I was like a robot, old strategy robot. So that basically activated a trade from the zone, and it's now moving in the profit zone, but my buy trade is closed. So it might drop further here, the way we see, and $6 TP. Very weird. If you look at the 4 hour, we can see the market is approaching that support. Now the previous trade, we are out on it, and this one we could see, we'll look for another entry. To exit that trade. Most likely we could see the downside here. This is a very important support level. Now from this support, how much is gonna drop is important, because this doji may come a bit downside and then could see rejection potentially, or we might see a rejection from here depending on how the market will be doing. And like to exit this trade as soon as you see that further downside, and then we'll be looking for another entry. I'm on a $300 mark. But take that off, so we know that we have taken it. And looking at we see that again big drop here, guys, on gold. Didn't work out today's earlier trade. So if we look at the market structure and price action, we can see that we can see a bit of downside here. Breakup, complete breakup of structure. Okay, now market in a zone where a complete breakup support on the daily. Now we need to see how far it's gonna drop. Delete that one here. And if you look at the 1 hour chart, this is the 1 hour candle. So far, massive drop to the downside. The price just came back below the weekly support, and from the daily, complete rejection from the top. Four-hour price action is below, and from the 5 minutes, complete breakup structure here. You can see very strong downtrend on gold suddenly, and that might lead gold again come back to the weekly support, which is possible to come back to the weekly support. And if we look at the daily here, what you can see that the price on the resistance has got a rejection, and what I think that we might see the price is coming back to that support level again. This is a big drop, and that drop might lead gold back to this liquidity zone. A massive drop. This drop might lead gold back to the support again. Okay, so it has broken a complete support on the daily, and I wouldn't do anything at the moment because it has made a significant drop. We need to see the directional bias. With this bounce, instead of going up, we saw rejection. That might even let gold to change the trend. So if we look at the GBPJPY a bit up along with the gold, we can see the same kind of pattern, bit of change in potential change of trend on GBPJPY, and so this is an impulse on GJ followed by a correction and expecting another impulsive pace here on GBPJPY. So complete bounce on GJ as well. Yeah, we see. Yeah, we see that from the next liquidity zone, we have seen that, and gold has a complete breakdown to the support. Okay, so what we can see on gold, for the price to return, if we see the market revert back to the upside, we can look for any kind of entry opportunity in that area. So yeah, we see that the market sentiment changes after the news has come out. We will be observing the market for further opportunity in the upcoming session. As you know that tomorrow also I'll be coming on live. And with that being said, thank you for joining this live session, trader. I'll see you again trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy. If you want to check out more about the trading strategy that I'm trading, also you can find link below this video in the description area. Thank you. I'll see you soon trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay